Rocky IV is not my favorite movie in the series. As a matter of fact, the only one I like less than this one is, of course, Rocky V. However, for all the shit I can talk on this chapter, I want to share a personal story later in this video about seeing Rocky IV in a theater as a kid, which I think captures what makes the entire Rocky saga so powerful for so many people. But in the meantime, let's have a few laughs at the expense of another icon of American film in Cap versus
Rocky IV.
Rocky IV begins where Rocky III left off. After joining forces to defeat Clubber Lang, Rocky and Apollo have become the best of friends. You know, the kind of friends that get together maybe once a week, get all oiled up, beat the piss out of each other, but with some ground rules, of course.
No TV, no newspapers, just you and me.
And no fucking headgear, apparently. But I'm sure that won't have any adverse effects for Rocky down the road.
Simply stated, Mr. Balboa, it means that you've suffered some damage to the brain.
Oh, yeah? Well, how are you going to do that? You taught me everything you know.
Almost everything. You gotta remember now, you fight great, but I'm a great fighter.
Why is it that every time somebody loses to Rocky, they retire?
You know, Stallion, it's too bad we gotta get old, huh?
Like, Apollo obviously looks healthy. But what happened to Clubber Lang after Rocky III? I mean, the guy lost once and he just quit? He looked like he had a few fights left in him, right? What's he gonna disappear into the ministry and reemerge after 10 years all broke and fat, fight his way back up to a title shot, and then start selling us gross fucking diet grills? Is that what would happen? I pity the fool who don't like dry steak.
Dead meat.
However, the former King of Sting has his commitment to retirement severely tested when some fighting words come in from beyond the Iron Curtain. Yep, apparently everybody at the U.S. Immigration Office took the week off. And while nobody was watching the fence, it looks like a Russian soldier, his wife, and a KGB agent have just arrived in America and are looking to throw hands.
If possible, we would like to have an exhibition bout with your famous champion Rocky Balboa.
Who the hell do these Russians think they are? How dare you come on our turf talking all that shit? How dare you call out my best friend on national TV? God damn it. All I wanted to do today was watch some TV, swim with my dogs, and maybe go visit my mistress. But no, can't be a nice guy anymore. Now I got to kill a motherfucker. Old punk-ass communist trying to fuck up my dip. Man, where's my gun?
Mr. Balboa, Mr. Creed's on the phone.
Yeah? Apollo, how you doing? Yeah? You coming out? Yeah, that's great. What am I doing? I'm just getting dizzy.
Yes, a small portion of the advances our country's made in the technology of human
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete by harnessing all
Even
his
is
strength.
naturally trained.
Then how do you explain his freakish strength?
Like your Popeye. He ate his spinach every day.
Well, then what was in the fucking spinach? Come on, lady. His biceps have balls.
When he was an amateur, he's big and he's strong, but he's clumsy. I know I can beat him. This is just an exhibition about his kid stuff.
What's the purpose?
What the hell is that?
That's my girl.
Oh yeah, Rocky now has a robot. I forgot to mention that because it's stupid.
It's my favorite. You're the greatest. See you, sport.
This is a pet peeve of mine with a lot of sports movies. I hate when they watch theatrical footage as if it's game tape. Okay, there's no coaching film session that involves close-ups and POV
I don't
shots.
want to change, man. I like who I am.
I like who you are, too, but look at that. You know? You don't want to believe this, but that ain't us up there no more, pal. We can't do that the way we did it before. We're changing. We're like turning into regular people.
Okay, Rocky, you have 2 Lamborghinis and a robot in your driveway. You're pretty fucking far from regular people.
Stand by my side this one last time.
This is something that's kind of bothered me ever since I saw the first Creed movie. What boxer in his right mind would ever ask Rocky Balboa to train him? Nobody should ever want to copy his style. Boxing is known as the sweet science for a reason. The object is to hit your opponent and not get hit yourself. But the Rocky Balboa method seemed to be get the shit beat out of me for 14 rounds and then drop my befuddled opponent. And that approach famously led to bankruptcy, brain damage, and a really bizarre speech pattern.
Yo, Adrian! I did it!
So, find another guy.
How?
I had to teach this young fella to box, American style.
Now, in the days leading up to the fight with Drago, Apollo Creed can't seem to make up his mind as to whether or not this fight matters.
You don't really think you're gonna whip me?
Because lose and lose royally, he's gonna do. Don't make me out to be the bad guy. I came here to talk about a friendly exhibition bout till Comrade Big Mouth started. Right. It's you who are the aggressor. You get that big chunk in the ring right now.
And all these puppets that you brought with you history. You history.
This is not just an exhibition fight that doesn't mean anything. Look, it's us against them. What are you talking about? Come on. Stallion.
Will you please stop calling me Stallion? I mean, if we're not promoting a pay-per-view event, it's just kind of creepy. If you're Ivan Drago in this moment, you gotta be thinking, man, I know I'm supposed to hate America, but wow, their national anthem kicks ass.
Super highways, coast to coast, easy to get anywhere. Over trash, continental, overload, just hide behind the wheel. How does it feel when there's no destination? That's too far, and somewhere on the way, you might find out who you are.
Don't you just wish you had the balls to make an entrance like this? Anywhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be a boxing match. It could be work. It could be a bar, your wedding. I could never bring myself to make this much noise before a boxing match, though, because if I lost, I would just want to die.
Got to have a celebration!
Good evening, everyone. Along with Warner Wolf, I'm Stu Mahan, and we welcome you to a most...
This special event features two great athletes. In the blue corner...
Look, if anybody out there is considering growing a mustache like that, you're fucking rude. Okay, because you're forcing everybody you come into contact with to pretend that that shit is normal. And it's not fucking normal. It's gross. Stop being gross. Shave your cheeks and look like a person. Fucking weirdo.
121 pounds of former heavyweight champion of the world.
Round one. Creed dancing around. Creed backpedaling now.
Apparently somebody in the arena forgot to turn off James Brown's microphone.
Come on.
Left hand by Creed, and Drago moves away.
Come on. Right by the right. Get out of there! Get out of there!
And the left hand, he's taking some punishment now. Drago moves him against the rope.
Climb up now!
And now the Russian throws Creed across the...
Why is everybody else in this scene still acting like they're watching a boxing match? This is not a sporting event, people. It's an assault. I feel like if Drago threw Apollo to the floor, pulled down his trunks and started raping him, Warner Wolf would be like, oh, well, I gotta give the first round to the big Russian.
This is supposed to be an exhibition! You understand? An exhibition!
Creed now comes out for round two, dancing around. The legs appear to be still away. Throws the right hand and staggers Creed on the right to the jaw. Under the right to the hip. He is being followed with outbursts. The referee tries to step in and he's thrown across the ring.
He just threw the referee across the ring. Do you really think he's gonna give a shit about the towel?
Let's go away, stupid towel.
You need a taser or a cattle prod to stop this dude. Throw a tranquilizer dart. Okay, why is everybody rushing into the ring like this is a knockout and not a murder? Why is Drago being interviewed and not arrested? Why does Rocky appear to be the only medical staff on hand? Okay, while Apollo convulses on the canvas, let's go to Harold Letterman with the tale of the tape. Jim, I gotta tell ya, I scored the first round, Drago 10, Creed 2. I scored the second round, Drago alive, Creed dead. In the end, you gotta give the decision to the guy who's still breathing.
If he dies, he dies.
Stay tuned for an all-new Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel, with an in-depth report on steroid use in checkers, and a fascinating new feature on a figure skater with no head. It's gonna be depressing. Good night.
Over here, please. Is this the first time the champion has given up his crown? I don't know.
So after watching Ivan Drago literally beat the life out of his best friend right in front of him, Rocky Balboa makes the only rational decision that any man in his position would make. I want some of that,
no
too.
mention of it yet, but how much are you making for this fight?
No money. It's not about money. It's in Russia.
Are you nuts?
Because back in 1985, we all knew what this was about going in. It wasn't about money, it wasn't about championships, it wasn't about friendships even. It was about the Cold War. It was about showing Russia that we're better than they are. Now, technically, we could have waited 4 or 5 years for them to show us that themselves, but in 85, we needed Rocky to do it.
It is all lies and false propaganda to support this antagonistic and violent government.
Oh, violent? Hey, we don't keep our people behind a wall with machine guns.
Yeah, you tell him, Paulie.
The unsilent majority, big mouth.
After announcing his plans to fly into enemy territory and essentially commit suicide for free, Rocky is somehow surprised to find out that his wife ain't all that happy with this decision.
You can't win!
So he becomes the first man in history to leave town with his buddies while his wife's pissed at him.
Two worlds collide, rival nations. It's a primitive clash, pitting years of frustration.
And I gotta give credit where credit is due. It might sound kinda corny now, but back in the day, Survivor's soundtrack game was on point. I mean, between Eye of the Tiger in Rocky 3 and then Burning Heart in Rocky 4, I mean, it ain't the type of music I'm gonna pull out in front of company, but if I'm alone, I'll be bobbing my head.
In the burning heart, just about to burst. There's a quest for answers and a quench of the thirst.
No sparring?
I don't think I need it anymore.
Rocky and Drago have very different approaches to fight preparation. Drago looks like he's training for a boxing match, while Rocky looks like he got himself a logging job. Oh, here we go. Typical woman. She hears how well I'm doing out here in Siberia, and suddenly she throws on her sexiest parka and wants to make up. Yeah, I missed you too. Hey, did you bring my jump rope with you by any chance? Sweet.
There's a look tonight that can burn through lead. It seems that the booing crowd has absolutely no effect on the man.
That's right, people. Rocky has spent the past month in an igloo, but somehow still looks like a Coppertone ad. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong button. Oh, yeah? Well, you're mean.
Remember what I says back there about wanting to be you?
Yeah.
Forget it.
Thanks, boy.
There's the bell for the opening round, and Rocky Balboa comes out of the center of the ring. But the Russian right back into Balboa's corner now. Come on! Get out of there! Come on, spin him out! Let's go, Rocky! Get out of there! Balboa gets out of the corner.
You see, Rocky, this is why we thought sparring was a better idea than wood chopping. We could have spent the past month learning how to dodge a few of these shots, but no, you wanted to shovel snow. Fucking asshole.
Hands up!
I see 3 of them out there.
Get the one in the middle. Right. Hit the one in the middle.
Yeah, hit the one in the middle, or else we're gonna have to stop the fight. What are you, pussy? Apollo didn't stop the fight. Hey, I haven't seen him in a while. Where's he been?
Rocky Balboa has taken Ivan Drago's best punches so far. He's cut and he's bleeding, but he's on his feet. He's on the run.
I mean, come on, Rocky. You came all this way for what? Oh, he's cut!
Russian's cut!
He's cut! The Russian's cut and it's a bad cut! For all the shit I talk on this movie, let me be perfectly clear. When I was 10 years old, I went to see Rocky IV at a movie theater in Youngstown, Ohio. My dad gave me money and waited outside in the mall for me because, hey, nothing bad could possibly happen to a small child in a movie theater. Anyway, this particular movie theater was packed on a Saturday afternoon with about 75% black people, and the rest of us were, well, quiet. However, at the moment when Rocky hits Drago in the second round, he's cut! He's cut! The Russian's been cut and it's a bad cut! That whole theater fucking erupted with cheering and applause. People of all races were united as Americans, chanting, "Rocky! Rocky!" as if he were a real guy. So fuck all the dumb shit. There is something so incredibly powerful about a movie and a character that can have that kind of an effect on people. Is Rocky IV my favorite Rocky movie? Hell no! My personal favorite has always been Rocky II, because it's really a seamless continuation of the Oscar-winning original, but with a more satisfying conclusion. Rocky III might be the single greatest action movie of all time, and is directly responsible, in my opinion, for the rise of professional wrestling in the 1980s. But, for all of its flaws, Rocky IV is a reminder that not every movie has to be The Shawshank Redemption or There Will Be Blood to be a great movie. Sometimes we have to change our expectations of greatness in order to fully appreciate what greatness is all about.
If I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился сегодня.
and you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.